Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. I'm Shannon Bread, and I'm your restreamer for today's Majora's Mask Season 5 Qualifier 1. It is time for the season to begin. We've had the last 3 weeks of weeklies to prepare you guys for this tournament, so I really hope that this race is just as spicy as the last 3 have been. In the commentary box, we have Nathan401 and Neuronomicon, and in the tracker box, it is myself and it is Saberstorm. So, I hope you guys are excited. It's gonna be... I just can't wait. We have 4 fantastic racers in the box with us today. Without them, there wouldn't be a race. We have Alf, we have Brotindadozi, we have Dat Losset, and Season 4's winner, Spec. So, commentators, over to you. I hope you guys are excited.
Thank you so much, Shan. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. I hope everybody's very excited for the new season. I know I am.
Yeah, I am extremely excited. I think a lot of interesting changes from season 4, a lot of exciting new possibilities, and a lot of really interesting races we get to watch.
For sure. And we are going to, Nathan, make these racers wait a little bit while we explain to the good people at home who might be unfamiliar what is going on with this season. And to start with, I think that we better mention that just this morning, there was a version 1.16 of the randomizer was promoted from beta to stable, and with that, plenty of people are probably now feeling comfortable downloading that, first of all, and using a ton of new settings that are in this version that everyone's very excited about. There's a couple of them that are particularly relevant to this tournament in particular. And there's 2 of them in particular, and if you think of any more, feel free to chime in as well. But the 2 that I'm most thinking of right now, there's the updated overworld models. So there's a few NPCs in the game that wear various masks or otherwise display like the item that you would get from the check, right? And so Zoe has made it so that these models are going to be on seed generation. They're going to be changed to where that you can actually see the item that's been shuffled. So, for example, and I think it's a short enough list, we can just go ahead and go through the full list. Cafe, the 2 items that he wears, those are peekable. The postman, the hat of the postman, that is peekable. The mask that Hugo, Hungry Goron, wears, that is peekable. The smithy, the 2 items that they make, those are peekable. The Mask of Truth that's in the Swamp Spider House is also peekable. Which one am I forgetting? What's the other updated model? Or did I nail it?
I think that's pretty much all of them.
It's pretty much all of them. So that kind of changes routing a little bit because you can have more information. Cafe and Letter to Cafe especially, you can completely put those off or prioritize them depending on what you see on Cafe. And for those who might be asking, well, what about the 3rd Letter to Cafe item? That in this season is going to be junked. So the 2 items that you can see on the model itself are the only items that you need to worry about. The other new feature that is hot off the press, that is huge, I'm so excited about it, the improved camera being a cosmetic setting. So now individual racers can choose whether they want to have the improved camera or the vanilla camera based on what they're comfortable with. So we're probably going to be seeing and be able to spot some of those if we're keen. We can spot some of those settings. What else am I forgetting about, Nathan, about this new this new randomizer version?
Well, I know there are a few hyper technical things that allow them to clock the speed a little bit higher, but without causing too much delay in actual runtime of the game. But
yep, lemon map being on, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Generally, I think the only other major changes are seasonal rules themselves.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and talk about those?
Of course, yeah. So one of the biggest changes for this season compared to Season 4 is that we will now be starting with a random transformation mask. This can be either Deku, Goron, Zora, and I believe it can also be Fierce Deity. So at the beginning of the game, they will load in with one of those. Some Season 4 staples as far as songs go. We still start with Epona, still start with Lullaby intro.
No, the Lullaby intro is definitely new since Season 4.
Okay.
That's also a 116 thing. That's a good point. Yeah, the Lullaby intro, it doesn't really change too much of what we're doing here in Standard. But it's kind of indicative of an option for more complicated settings, to where you can actually shuffle that Lullaby intro now, to where the Elder Goron becomes a check, which could be really cool for some of the spicier settings that we're gonna see, the mystery settings, the max sanity settings, that sort of thing.
Right. For Standard, though, practically we're gonna have the same effect as Lullaby from last season.
Yeah, pretty much. You just show up with Goron, you have your Lullaby intro in hand, you just play it for the Goron instead of just talking to it.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe eggs are junked. That is not a song check that needs to be done.
We did that entire trial run of the eggs tournament. Ultimately decided, no, let's keep eggs off. Let's just use the Skull Kids song. That'll be a good song to have. And that is a hugely important song. It's a Sphere Zero. Well, no, it's not a Sphere Zero song. It needs a projectile. I always forget that. But
No.
you the seeds where you don't find a projectile in Cycle 1, I'm like, those are still very rare. It's like, oh yeah, you can't actually get this.
Yeah, and they're going to be even rarer now that you could conceivably start with either Deku or with Zora.
We have a question in chat. Are the 4 transformation masks equal odds? Yes. It is just a equal odds roll. There's just 4. What it is the seed bot has 4 different settings docks, one for each of the masks, and it's just an equal roll. So there's an equal chance that you'll have any of them, and it's really encouraging people to start, including myself, to start to like develop individual openers for each mask that you might get, and you don't know which one it is until the race starts, and so it could be a very quick like decision, like, oh, what am I going to do with this? We're going.
Yeah, I think I really appreciate that it gives a lot of direction to the openers. It kind of cuts back on some of the more overlap where you just give 4 runners and they all immediately pull they just do all their standard clock town openings, and then it's kind of just a casino for who finds something first, and then you push that, because you're always going to have some direction at the beginning of the game now.
Yeah, and it looks like we're not going to have any more suspense to that point. We're about to find out exactly what mask it is here as the race starts. Dawn of the first day.
Let's see. I'm rooting for Zora on this one. I want to see a Zora opener.
It looks like Goron is our start.
All right.
Somebody going ahead and picking up the red rupee. It looks like Cafe has a Picto box, which is fun.
Okay. Can never completely discount that, at least not yet.
And right away, it looks like 2 runners are going to a Night 1 opener, picking up the fairy first. Oh, my bad, I spoke too soon. They're just kicking that fairy and going ahead and leaving. Utilizing this Goron mask for the speed, just for the sheer speed boost, gonna be a huge component of Goron mask openers for sure.
Yeah, Goron mask openers are interesting because by itself it doesn't give you a ton of new checks to access in the early spheres, but it does give you an enormous amount of movement speed. And so a lot of just small optimization and being able to navigate the overworld with that enhanced speed is going to be a big part of this.
For sure. We're going to see what's on P-Hat. I missed what was in the bomb shop. Alf did go in there. No, that's not Alf. The bottom of my screen is hidden. Okay, it's going to be a red potion bottle on that P-Hat. Can I see the bottom of my screen, please? What's going on? Who's on the bottom left? Help me out.
On the bottom left is Dat.
That's right. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. All right, the hints are coming in. I saw Gorman dead. I saw Goron Village Way of the Hero.
Okay.
I didn't see the other 2, unfortunately.
He marked something about Stone Tower. Looks like he marked Stone Tower Temple as foolish.
Okay. Alright, that's a sound check. That's going to be a sometimes hint, right?
Yes, and Termina Field is Way of the Hero. And on the subject of always and sometimes, we do have there are a few differences, and even from some of the weeklies, I believe.
Yes, no, we've been messing with the hint pools, which has been fun. Wait, what is that? Not recording mask? A blast mask. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And immediately we already have all three of our Way of the Heroes.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Goron
East
Village,
Clocktown.
East Clocktown, and Termina Field.
All right. That's what happens when you have a Goron mask. You can just roll right over there and get all the hints. Yeah, I wonder if the bottle is Wath. We'll see.
Yeah. Termina Field has a lot of checks, but that bottle is definitely a candidate.
Goron mask definitely enabling people to just be all over the place, finding light arrows in Pillar Grotto on the side of Alf.
Well, there you go.
Great Bay Coast being foolish.
Okay.
Beneath the Well being foolish. Oh, chat hates to see that.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. We got a foolish well, my friends. Unfortunately. The runners are all over the place. We're getting a lot of information at a very fast rate.
Yeah, this is,
Here's a new check on Dat's side to Dongo's. Showing us the Goron Punch strat, which is, I think, the preferred strat. I think that is the fastest way to do Dodongos.
Yeah, if you have it, you gotta make use of it.
Mask of Truth? Dog Race Enjoyers, anyone? That's in Road to Southern Swamp.
And that was also a mirror shield that picked up.
Wow. Very fun. See, this could be the Termina Field Way of the Hero right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible that somewhere down the road we'll be fighting for Arcana access, and then that'll be the big bottleneck. But
very true,
obviously,
very true.
We're kind of a ways away from being able to get any real use out of the light arrows or that mirror shield, but if we're ever able to, that is going to be very significant.
Yeah, so this many major items is definitely going to be muddying up our ability to read this Wath. Probably going to have to push a lot of different things.
Yeah, and this is
one of just for the sake of full clearing it. That's going to be a hook shot in East Lockdown.
Wow, so we are really getting many of our Arcana essential items.
Looks like Land Title Deed is also dead. Not a useful item.
Okay.
Is this our first observatory on spec side?
I believe so, yes.
It's very, very interesting consideration of, like, normally, at least the season 4 mantra was you gotta do observatory before even touching Termina Field, just because you want to route in that scrub peak. But with Goron, with the speed boost, it's a really interesting possibility of, like, no, it might be worth it to just fully skip observatory for at least a little bit.
Yeah, because you
yeah, I mean, we're only 6 minutes in. We've already done an entire Termina Field push on some people's sides.
Yeah, just the speed at which this is being cleared is something that is only really possible with the Goron mask.
I forgot to unmute Dat, so I haven't been hearing the music.
Oh, yeah.
Let me, it's not letting me do it. Interesting.
Dat has a delightful soundtrack.
Yeah, I really want to hear it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Zora Mask. That's the Moon's tier. Okay, Zora Mask is in tow. Spec being the first one to obtain that. Oh, did you see that Postman peak? I missed it.
No, I didn't quite catch it.
Ooh. Anybody
I was busy focusing on Spec.
Yeah. I'm going to try refreshing just to see if the audio will work. Nope, the unmute button is just not working for me. I'm not sure why. Silver Rupee, I believe it.
Okay, well. Probably a little bit more money than is worth investing, or probably a little bit more time than is worth investing for that amount of money, but at least they know what it is.
Land title deed, Shannon, was on the North Clocktown tree. That Zora is in logic. It's true because the hook, Sphere 0.
Yep. Man, this is so relaxing.
It is, yeah. Just
it's like...
okay. It's just a moment of solace as like most people are just overlapping and going to Observatory. Spec having already done Observatory, showing us some new checks here with a West push, going to Biobaba with the hook shot. That's going to be a Stone Mask. Spec's going to decide, nope, I don't need that. Decent choice. I wouldn't want to swim for that either.
No.
The time save isn't really worth it, I don't think.
Yeah. And I mean, I think, I don't know, it feels like the runners are in a pretty strong position. Obviously, we know the runners are in a pretty strong position to push some of these cape checks. I mean, I know we know Zora Coast itself is obviously a foolish location, but places
Sewers
like Pirate
is on the
Fortress,
table.
Yeah.
Sewers is on the table with Goron and Zora.
Exactly.
Alf has. Is this the first swordsman school?
I think so. Yes.
Beck making me cry having the bottle during West Push. For those of you who were in last qual, I came in chat going, "Where's Deku Mask?" It was on Labfish.
Oh, that's an interesting find from Broke picking up Fierce Deities.
Definitely on the stump chest. Dat gonna follow in Spec's heels.
Yeah, this is true. Spec has not seen the foolish hint for this.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I already forgot about that. Pulling my notes back up. Oh, bro, making me think he was gonna swim for the stone mask for a second. Okay, and yeah, if you didn't know, yes, you can reach this tingle with hookshot from this ledge right here.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch the cutscene anymore, so you can do other things, such as hitting the owl. Alright, early deeds. Early deeds.
Now, Swamp Title Deed is actually kind of an interesting pickup here because we did see Gorn Village is Way of the Hero.
Gorn Village is Way of the Hero, but we don't have Deku to turn that in just yet.
This is true.
It's good to know that it's right here on Tingle, where we can just get it anytime. That's a good question, Sean. Oh, was it Stone Tower and not Stone Tower Temple? Because I didn't actually see it.
I'm just looking at what because I can only see it on Spec's tracker here. It just looks like.
Oh, it says it was Spec March Temple. Spec March Temple. So if it was Stone Tower, then that's bad because we definitely know that it's not both.
Yeah.
Nice gold dust. That's gonna be. Oh, that's Cape Grotto. Okay, so yeah, no, that's not foolish. That's not a foolish gold dust. Beck not knowing that Coast is foolish is definitely going to punish him here. But it looks like Dat and Broat are also.
Yeah, they So this could potentially be advantageous for Alf if he's the only racer that does not invest significant time into this.
All right, I'm refreshing really quick because I needed to resize my window.
Yep.
They're either just autopiloting or they're also unaware that Great Big Coast is foolish.
If I had to guess, I think they're just not aware of it because they
Nice magic find. I wonder where the mountain.
Oh, it's very
is
good.
up.
I feel like, have we seen Mountain Deed or have we only seen Land and Swamp?
We've seen land and swamp. We have not seen mountain.
Okay.
Everyone choosing to pick up the swamp deed. Probably useful either as toilet paper or if we do find the Deku mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's interesting is that magic, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but logically, does that not require you to already have magic?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I
think it only requires like Deku.
The magic on that Lulu's ledge? No, it should only require Deku and Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Okay. That's what
and
I
Goron.
thought.
But we already have Goron.
Right.
Here's the letter to Cafe for that Picto box. Here on Cape Beaver Chests. Is that going to be the first to save the old bomb bag lady here? Dat choosing to go for like. Did anybody else do this?
I don't believe so. I believe Dad is our first runner to venture this far out into the
Cape, yeah. Oh, here's the bow. Okay, so Dat has an interesting choice to make. If he decides to turn in that letter to Cafe just to see if the Picto box is worth anything, he's going to miss a bow here.
Yeah. So he'd really be banking in on that Picto box check being a worthwhile investment.
We know that Dat is not considering himself a serious contender this season. He's mostly just running for fun. So, if it could be a meme play. We might see it.
Yeah. The Picto box all or nothing bet. Well, there's the other magic.
Oh shit! Where?
On I never remember his name, but the Song of Storms guy, not the guy who gives it to you in this game. Yeah, that one.
Which I guess Spec hasn't done. I must have not seen it when Broke got it.
Yeah.
Spec about to find FD. Alf might seem a little bit retracy right now, but he's also the only one that's done enough of Termina Field to find light arrows, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Betting on the lucky lily pad land and just nailing it. Getting that stone mask right there.
Very stylish.
It's very stylish indeed. We're also seeing Alf. Yeah, we're also seeing Broat and Alf sync up for a sec, because Alf is coming from the west and Broat coming from the north.
Yep. Spec's making our first south play.
Indeed.
Immediately putting that bow to good use in the swamp archery.
No, that's not gonna turn in letter to Cafe. Not gonna mail it. He's gonna give it. He's gonna use it as toilet paper.
That's probably the correct move, but
You can also just go right back up to those beaver chests and grab that letter. That is not a gross location.
Yeah, it's not a particularly.
Oh, don't miss that wolf. There you go. Alf's gonna go over to Goron Punch. Yeah, I wonder why Alf isolated that pillar grotto. Because now he's like retracing a bunch of steps here in Termina Field to go get these 2 checks.
Yeah, it's possible he just forgot about it. I think he was kind of assuming that it's low density. It's not.
Why is the game giving us so many bottles?
I
We don't need to do X. What do we need all these bottles for?
It's trying to. I think the game might just be mad that we elected not to include eggs on this. Now they're giving us as many bottles as we could possibly want as our.
Anybody happen to catch an
punishment
important
for
item
insulin?
on the scrub in Termina Field?
I didn't see anything significant marked, so.
Well, Alpha's about to show us it again, so if it's anything important, hopefully you won't scroll too fast past it. No, it's just a piece.
Nope. Okay. Bottle percent, yeah, because I think we're at 3 or 4, right?
Who's bothering to mark bottles? Nobody is bothering to mark bottles. Oh, Spec giving us a very frustrated feels bad man because he missed his cutscene skip. It especially feels bad on a Goron start because, you know, you're moving so fast and then you just run into this frustrating time loss here.
Yeah.
Bank 1 is nothing.
And I do believe new to this season, Bank 3 is now hinted.
Bank 3...
Some of the time, anyways.
That is correct. Sometimes hint is now... Bank 3 is now a sometimes hint. But I'm trying to remember if that is new.
I feel like it is.
Sure that I've at least seen that in some other setting. I don't know if it was Season 4.
Nah. I don't know.
Ooh, Kotake giving us a keg today.
Hey, there you go. Nice, and eggs. So already we have 2 song items.
That's true. We are going to have to reset to use that keg at this point. And most runners are going to route that on day 2, so that's going to be pretty universal.
Yeah.
We are going to go ahead and save Kome with our free bottle of red potion. It's true, we can use the keg. What could we use it for? Choose wisely. Get around and you get 1 free logic break. After that, you gotta pay up.
The choices are
also
true.
going to do foolish labfish. What is going on?
Okay, yeah, this I'm not sure about because Elf has the hint.
He definitely has the hint. Everyone's like, I gotta do labfish. Okay, that's a bomb bag. That's a... Wait, is that a vanilla bomb bag?
I think so, yeah.
Because it must be. That's funny.
Well, that explains why Blast Mask isn't required.
That certainly does. Kome gonna pay us well for our services. Beck just moving on through the south, as one does. You know, it's interesting. You know, I might be tempted to go to Pirate's Fortress at some point, but also there's plenty of other time to do that. That's gonna be a cafe mask in the grotto.
That's true. Yeah, I would definitely be considering Pirate's Fortress right now in this position, but I think the South play makes a lot of sense as well. Especially considering if you happen to find Deku Mask on your way, then you're right there, and then you can just go get your song, clear the Deku Palace, all that stuff.
No, especially since you do have that free red potion bottle, it kind of like you don't want to save over that if you can help it.
Right.
What could be Way of the Hero in Goron Village? Broat might be about to show us. Fisherman game being dead.
Okay.
Is that our first always hint, or have I just not been noticing always hints?
I think that's maybe the first always. Okay, Gossip Stones is also dead.
Gossip Stones. I was typing, I didn't see what was on Hugo.
Yeah.
It's not Way of the Hero, that's for sure.
Right.
Let me go through here.
It's nice for Broken to push the swath immediately, because if it's something that he can...
Oh, that's such a tiny... That's such an interesting and probably very fast way to peek the ledge, but it's so tiny on our screen, I couldn't see.
I know, it's... I'm sure it's working out for him, but it doesn't really...
Yeah.
My beloved Hugo, my favorite check in the game.
So yeah, like we were saying, you just play the level by intro, and you get your song. Song of Storms. Wah, wah.
Ooh. So, can this technically be the way of the hero here?
There is exactly one way, and that is if Pamela is required today.
What could Pamela even have?
I don't know.
I think at this point it could be like fire arrows.
It could be fire arrows. That's gonna be Letter to Mama on Bomber Kids. I don't know if we said that already.
Right.
And with the cafe mask and swamp, that is actually a check that we don't know about.
This is true. Man, now I'm really hoping that's a way of the hero Song of Storms. That would be delightful.
There you go. There's Day One Lens Cave. Alright, seeing one gold trim chest already. Does Broat have the explosive? No. A wallet?
Okay.
What could a wallet be for at this point? Smithy 1.
You could do Bank 2.
And a bow. That's not it, right? That can't be it. This is
no. Because our other bow was just from Grandma, so...
Yeah. And you needed it to get here.
Yeah.
Beavers being dead, thank you, chat.
So far it's looking like the way of the hero is either going to be Mountain Title D turn-in, or not Mountain, excuse me, Swamp Title D turn-in, or dare I say, yeah, or dare I say it's the Song of Storms.
Or the wallet.
Yeah, the wallet is probably the most likely candidate at this stage, but it'll be either Smithy 1 or Bank 2, that is...
And just to confirm for chat, since we had not mentioned it already, Beavers is in fact an always hint. That is not new this season, I don't think, but... Well, I don't think it was in Season 4. We had been toying around with... We've been toying around with Beavers as an always hint in other settings, and they changed it a couple of weeks ago. Originally in Season 5, Beavers was going to be a sometimes hint, and then they promoted it to always.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, Season 4 was No, season 4 was a while ago.
Yeah.
I feel old.
A whole year ago. Just a bomb chew on Swamp House. Spec also gonna enter Goron Village here. Maybe we'll get to see.
Yeah, I'll get another shot to catch what the... Okay, I can't...
What is that? What is that? I can't see it!
see that! Did anyone else happen to catch what that was?
I can see. Can anybody else in chat help us out? What is that? You can't see. Alright, I need to see Spec's face when he sees storms. No reaction.
No. He's trying not to give it away, but I think on the inside he's terrified.
Maybe, yeah. Pamela's not that scary.
No, Pamela's fine. Pamela's beloved. Pamela's a respected member of this community.
It's true.
The deed turn in itself, I think we read that as a piece of heart, so that's certainly not it.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, the real WAP item, this wallet.
Yeah. Most likely. We can't confirm it until we see those wallet-based checks, but...
Where does Spec go now? He's in position to show us some new checks. He's gonna go to Coast. This might be Pirate's Fortress. This might be it.
I think that makes a lot of sense. It's your highest density place. You've just checked out your...
We still got some more time to waste on night 3 before we can do everything that we need to do in Clocktown, so...
Yeah. Refresh my memory, what did we see from East Clocktown for our way of the hero there?
In East Clocktown, Madame Aroma had the hook shot.
Right. Okay. It was our hook shot there.
I think that is the only check that we've done other than chess minigame.
Yeah, I remember it was technically satisfied, but that's definitely a... Like, they say always full clear your Woths, and that definitely is... East Clocktown is definitely one of the ones
or
you
on
don't...
Race being dead.
Okay.
Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. It's just saying that East Clocktown is definitely one that if it is a way of the hero location, you definitely don't want to leave that stuff undone.
Yeah, no, for sure. So that was Goron Race dead hint, and also on that Clifford was a Barbie masks, in case anybody missed it. So not kind of have to worry about Clifford today. Alf deciding to already reset. He didn't do Skull Kid, did he?
No, I don't think he did. That is...
See what his plan is for that later.
Spec picking up Bremen Mask in PFE, which is...
All right, we got the ranch kit, we got the keg, we got both of the masks, we have a wallet.
Yeah. What else is there to want?
All our winnings. The cycle to be over so that we can reset and go there.
Yeah, I guess you do need that, yes. Yeah, I'm curious to see what Elf does with this reset, because conventional wisdom is you always end your first cycle by grabbing Skull Kid, or at least usually.
Usually.
So I'm really interested in what Elf has planned by doing this.
Yeah. This is a repick of Letter to Mama.
Okay.
So it seems like he's at least thinking about Night 3.
Yeah, he's definitely setting up to make some stuff happen there.
I wonder what the decision was to do it on a fresh cycle, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to puzzle through that myself, and I can't really think of a compelling
Moving
reason
through
for
Pirate's Fortress, I haven't seen anything so far.
No, nothing's paid off yet. That Bremen mask could potentially be...
Oh, I blinked and Brode is in Ranch.
Yeah.
Does Brode not have the keg?
I don't believe he does, no.
He does not, so this is a day 3 push. And so... Ocean House being dead, I... don't know if we've seen anything else there. Dampe being dead, thank you.
Oh, okay. Fire arrows from Dad.
Oh, nice.
It's a very big pickup.
Yeah, that's on
Road to Snowhead.
Road to Snowhead, yeah. Alright, so Alf gonna make it to Madame Aroma, rushing this. Because of the East Clock Town Wath, I suppose, but it's definitely been satisfied by Hookshot, so...
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to do
the
it.
fact that we reset just to do this is still baffling me. We had that letter.
Yeah, I'm not certain I see the logic there.
Meanwhile, along a similar vein, Broat doing another East Clock Town check here. So we'll see if that pans out.
Yeah, I do agree. I think it makes a lot of sense to want to do all of the East Clock Town checks because you know it's away of the hero location.
Oh, you know, was he too late?
Oh, that might have been it.
That might have been it. Yeah. Just going ahead and just doing a redo of Night 3. But then did he check the all night mask purchase before he reset?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
Bottle number 5. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we've seen pretty much all of the... And that one is the Chateau Romani.
Yeah. Let's see a couple more checks here in sewers.
Oh, bro, running out of money for the...
No. Well, maybe he can borrow some from Spec.
Yeah.
Keg Trial is an interesting setup. Yeah, the fire arrows definitely make that a possibility. Ooh, okay. Simultaneously, Gibdo Mask here in Twin Islands with those fire arrows, and meanwhile, Sewers is gonna have our second wallet percent.
Yeah, wallet percent has been completed.
Unfortunately, we still don't know what's on Town Archery, because Bro seems to have run out of money for that.
Yeah, and I believe at this point we're just ice arrows away from being able to head into the canyon.
That's true, yeah. Got everything we need.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the only two major items we're missing for this seed at this point are Deku Mask and those ice arrows. Between all of the runners, I think we have just about everything you need.
Yeah, I mean, we're still missing a captain's hat. That could still be relevant.
This is true.
But there's at this stage, there's not really a lot of reason to bank on that. We just really need a Deku Mask.
Yeah, probably.
Right now, Deku Mask could be in Secret Shrine. Just to put things in perspective.
Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of options for where that is. Yeah,
right,
and Shamraze
on Keg Trial.
Yeah, Shamraze is a good point in chat though that it could also very likely be in a dungeon somewhere. And
there it is, right there. Keg Trial.
Okay. Well, there we go. There it is.
Did that know that somehow?
I doubt it.
I mean, there's the Goron Village Wath, which points you in that direction. And yeah, he hasn't even done Lens Cave, so he just... Okay, this makes sense then. Yeah, he just kind of set up this entire... as much of Goron Village in one go as he could do. And those fire arrows definitely lucked him out there. Just one more time, where were those again?
The fire arrows were in Road to Snowhead.
Road to Snowhead, yeah.
So going that way just to hit the owl and pick up the one check you can do on the way there really paid out for him.
Definitely. Spec finally gonna find... Oh, Spec
so
talking about light arrows. Finally gonna find those here. Okay.
I can't tell if he's happy or if he's angry that it took him so long to get that.
I have no idea. I don't really think it matters. Nobody has had a chance to use those yet.
Yeah, that is a huge advantage for that boss and potentially.
Yeah, we saw his face. He the biggest Pog face. Like that was a genuine Pog champ from Spec. Very funny stuff.
That was great.
So what do we do now? We're finally going to see Skull Kid after all this time, and it's from the side of none other than Dat. Although Alf looks hot on his heels.
Right. I feel like, especially in Dat's position where you have fire arrows, you basically hope this is a dungeon song, and then if it's one that you can clear, then I feel like you just kind of rush that. Although there is a world of new Deku possibilities that are just opened up from Dad's perspective.
Certainly. That's going to be Elegy, though. That's going to be Elegy, though.
That's the one we can't do.
We can't logically use that. And it's for a... Okay, so it's definitely Stone Tower that's foolish and not the temple?
I think...
So definitely the place that we need to be going next is Ranch. We need to be resetting here, figuring out what's on that keg song. If it's not there, we're just looking for songs, really. And we have a lot of possibilities. We have the Ranch song. We have the Deku song.
Yeah, I think definitely picking up one of those two is going to shed a lot of light on the progression of the rest of the seed.
If Ice Arrows come around, we'll have Castle as well.
This is true.
And the odds being that one of those is going to be a dungeon song that will get us Blue Warp as well.
Right. Really, the last big puzzle of this is Ice Arrows, and I think you kind of just have to follow the songs at this point and hope that they show up somewhere along the way.
Certainly, yeah. We've taken care of all of our Woths, so those won't really help us.
And I guess if we see Song of Healing, then potentially we'll need Captain's Hat. But
the biggest hint, I think, is just from Termina Field being like, yeah, these are important items, Mirror Shield and Light Arrows in a bottle. These have technically led to things. But they could lead to more things.
Yeah. Thing 2 is junk, so... That did get the song on Baby Goron, yes, I think, and it was Song of Storms.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. Dad doing exactly what I described, going to Ranch.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense given the circumstances. Very beautifully routed, being able to clear all of Goron Village like that, and then immediately having your keg ready for day 1 Ranch. Alf now also finally claiming his Skull Kid song, which is funny because it's his second cycle, but he's the second one to get here.
Very true. Everybody else is still on first cycle. Spec stretching out those final arrows as far as they can go. Meanwhile, Broat going to Pinnacle Rock.
Okay. This is, I don't know if I think that's necessarily a optimal plan, although I guess in Broat's case, has Broat been to Pirate's Fortress? I think we just saw him do it.
Yes,
so
no, he just went there, and it's only 10 p.m., so...
Yeah, he's got time to kill. He's already in the area. It's like 2 checks that you don't really want to isolate if it ends up being a big casino, so you might as well see if there's something there, I guess.
Who already has Bank 3? Bunny Hood? Who already got that? Is that Spec?
I mean, he has both of the wallets. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that makes sense. All right. First item in Pinnacle Rock is Lens of Truth.
Okay. And bro's had enough. He's not interested.
Maybe he already peeked the other one.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing the spike color on Dat. Scoron. Very fun color.
Yeah.
Same color as the hood.
All right.
Oh, and of course, bro. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. You sell your stuff at the Curiosity Shop. That'll get you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Alf hot on Dat's heels going to that ranch.
Yeah, that makes the most sense in this position, I think, because a lot of the runners are kind of stuck on where to go now, and just hoping for some direction from whatever songs they happen to get. Although if this ends up being Sonata, that would be a little bit unfortunate for Elf, because Elf can't really do anything with that without that Deku Mask.
It would be really unfortunate for everybody who hasn't gone to Path to Snowhead.
Yeah.
So Dat is in a really good position right now. Gold Dust being in Cape Grotto.
Okay, that's Oath.
Yeah, just to answer the question. Oh, Oath. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
So
we definitely go to Deku Palace next.
For sure. Although if you can't go to Deku Palace, you're gonna be You're gonna be on the hunt for a little bit longer. Which I think makes sense now, because for Alph and Broat and Spec's perspective, this is essentially a Deku Mask casino.
Yeah.
They know it has to be somewhere.
If I'm these other three runners and I get to this point and I don't have Deku, the temptation is definitely there to break logic and go to Castle without icing.
Yeah.
Just to see what we're working with here.
Yeah, that could definitely be a big play. Especially if Castle ends up, that could potentially be a huge bailout if Castle ends up leading to Snowhead, which would in turn, like if Castle Song ends up being like Lullaby,
True.
That could give them access to fire arrows, which actually, funny enough, I don't think they can do Castle Song without the fire arrows.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
so they actually couldn't even see that.
Yeah, no, you're right. So never mind.
Castle. That's like that's when you do the there's a side quest in the game where Link goes to university and he graduates and you get the tassel as an item. It's pretty great. That's what that check is. Very obscure.
Yeah, that knowing about this red rupee in the bug soil, very smart to be able to afford Dog Race.
Yeah, that's an interesting little tech right there.
It's funny because I usually don't think about that. I think about that as a check that might be on or off. I don't actually think about it as money that I can just get in standard.
Yeah, I think there's also a lot of good philosophy to talk about with the Dog Race. Like
and
how
that's gonna be our Ocean Deed.
Yeah, because how is it that the gold dog and the blue dog only perform good and badly when in possession of the mask of truth?
And that's a question for Zoe, because that's something that Zoe did. That's not vanilla behavior.
Oh, okay, that's not how it goes. Right, because in vanilla you're supposed to
In vanilla you're supposed to use the mask to read the minds of the dogs, and you're supposed to
know
based on what the dog is saying, which one is gonna win. Yeah.
Right. I was just thinking through the philosophical implications of an object being in a third party's possession that can somehow transfer the physical ability of the recipient. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. It's just a quality of life thing we added for her. Yeah, there's probably like a 6-hour YouTube video essay to be had somewhere in there. So as expected, Dad will be using this Deku Mask by pushing the palace.
Definitely using Goron Mask to get a lot of time save, as with every region of the game, but especially here where rolling through saves a lot of time. Curiously though, I would be definitely using bombs to damage boost my way over these walls. So
I wonder, does he not have bombs? Did he lose them all?
He does.
In the,
yeah. Oh,
okay.
maybe he's out of bombs. You're right.
Yeah, because I know he reset not that long ago. I don't recall if he picked them up on his way to.
All right. Meanwhile, Alf can have a casino on his hands. Where is he gonna go?
Yeah, and Spec will probably be joining him there in just a moment.
For sure. It is in fact healing!
Okay, so...
Alright, chat! The Pamela fans are...
Wow. Yep, captains required.
Pamela fans are alert, their ears are ready for that payoff. Finally, Pamela being required. Qual 1, no less.
So for those who are maybe a little bit less familiar with how the song items work in this game, essentially from the get-go there are two of the potential songs you do not need to necessarily beat the game. Those are Songs of Healing and Song of Storms. For every one so at minimum you will need one song item. That's Keg to access to Romani's Captain's Hat to access to Ego Song, and the Captain's Hat for access to the Iconic Grave song. Yeah.
And just to clarify, you said Captain's Hat twice. It's the Mirror Shield for Ego.
Yeah, excuse me, Mirror Shield for Ego, yes.
Gets you into Graveyard, yeah.
Yes. And for each, at base, you need at least one of those. But for each Song of Storms and Song of Healing that appears, you need an additional one. And because we have now seen both Song of Healing and Song of Storms, we are essentially required to have all 3 song items. We have 2 of them. We do not have the Captain's Hat.
Yep. And that Captain's Hat, like I was saying, could be on Pamela. It could also be in Secret Shrine.
Yeah. And I guess those are... I mean, I guess both of those... Well, Secret Shrine I don't... Secret Shrine does not require ice arrows to get to, does it? Logically, anyways.
Seeing new checks here from Dat. Garo Mask in Woodfall. Meanwhile, Broad being a little bit late to this keg, choosing to do Day 2 Ranch on Cycle 2, which is something that I've definitely baked into a lot of my pre-planned openers, so I'm not... I don't necessarily fault him, but in this case, the keg is definitely necessary. We need fire arrows and we need keg in order to get this Deku Mask to break open the seed.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense from Bro's perspective that he's still kind of looking for a few key items that he's not really as concerned about. Also, meanwhile, we got Spec doing the most fun check in the entire game, the Bremens.
Yes, made much easier by the map that Zoe added. Thank you very much, Zoe, for the map. All right, Dat's never dying again. Not that he was going to die before.
Yeah, it would have been really convenient for him if he were to find ice arrows out there, but...
Yeah. Well, we can't have convenience all the time, Nathan. This is a randomizer.
This is true. You can't turn your nose up at double defense either. Especially when you're sitting on 5 hearts. Yeah, this is the best song in the game that we, from Spec. The March of the Chickens.
Did we already see what was on this, or did did people skip it?
I think people skipped it because I don't think they had Bremen's, because Bremen's was in
Bremen's
sewers.
Bremen's
Or
was
pirate,
in Fortress, yeah. Bro's gonna retry the town archery, see if he's more successful this time. Nothing on chickens this time.
Would have been delightful if that was somehow the missing link.
Yeah. Alright, Spec! Oh, yes, I was about to say, is Spec going to go the correct direction? And here he goes towards these fire arrows.
Yep.
So
we'll
see if he figures out what's going on.
Yeah, he might still be, even if he finds them, he might still be thinking in his head, I have the wallet, that has to be my way of the hero, but...
Yeah, not necessarily.
Yeah, Spec's been playing pretty well, so I think I'm inclined to say he's likely to catch on pretty quickly.
Yeah. Let's see what his face looks like, though. Oh, eyebrow raise. Oh, a thinker pose. Oh, he's thinking.
Yeah, oh, he knows. He knows. He knows.
Oh, I missed what was on town archery. Dang it.
It looked like nothing to me.
Meanwhile, Dat making it to Graveyard with no captain's hat, seeing that Kita does in fact have a gold trim chest. And another one in the grotto.
Okay.
And that's gonna be Cow Mask.
Alright.
Well, we know Soundcheck is dead. We also know... I don't know if Dat knows, but we also know that Letter to Mama has nothing, so... Alright, I'm getting some buffering on Bro's side. I don't know if you are.
Yeah,
I've seen that. It's
seen
going to be
that
an all-night
too.
mask. But it looks like it's on Bro's end. It doesn't look like it's on my end or on Restream's end, so... Alright, Keaton Mask on stage lights. Interesting that Spec went here first.
Yeah, this is not the first location I would have thought to go to, but...
Yeah, at this point, every runner knows about the Picto Box, right? Why are so many of them going to Pinnacle without it?
That's a good point. They are kind of neglecting that Picto Box check. Which, in the event that either of those have something important, that's gonna...
Oh wait, is Seahorses an always hint? Is that why?
Oh, I think it might be.
Seahorses is an always hint. I only have 5 always hints written down. What's the 6th one?
I think we're still missing it. I think it's in... We have to go to Akana to see it. Oh.
It's... Which one didn't I write down? No, there should be 6. That's only 5.
No. Oh, missing a sometimes. That's right. We're missing a sometimes hint.
Can I not count?
It's Gossip, Fisher, Beavers, Goron, Dampe,
Oh,
Ocean.
That's what it is. Yeah, okay, I can't count. You're right.
Yeah. And for those
meanwhile, I'm not looking at the... So...
Yeah, well, Dad did just complete Bottle Percent for us by checking out the Ocean title deed turn-in. He
Okay, perfect.
picked it up just for the culture, too. I respect that.
Yeah. Respectable for sure. Alf going to do a Pirates Fortress run. Alf did Pinnacle first and then Pirates Fortress, which is not what I usually do.
Bro making good use of that Lens of Truth, though, doing the Shiro check.
Certainly. Beck just now finding Letter to Cafe for the first time.
So notably, Dat has now broken logic by entering this location.
Yes. But it's definitely worth it just for the owl.
I think, yeah, for sure, this is a logical move.
See if he does any checks up here. It's a smart move. It's not a logical move.
Right. Yeah. Well,
He's going to go ahead and go up Stone Tower to get the other owl. That's also respectable.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Does he happen to have a bean on him?
He has them marked. I don't know if he has any right now.
He doesn't need water to grow it.
Spec also going to Pinnacle Rock without the Picto Box. Because Seahorses is definitely foolish.
Yeah, I think there's...
Cafe, we don't need the Picto Box. Well, I mean, we could still need the Picto Box for Picture of Tingle.
Yeah, that would be the only thing that Picto Box would do, and if that ends up being it, then a lot of these runners are probably going to be feeling some type of way after bypassing it.
Well, I mean, Spec hasn't bypassed it yet. He's got that letter. He's on first day. Could very easily turn it in. But
Yeah.
he knows he doesn't need it for this, so... STT and ICT are full clearable out of logic. Because we don't have ice arrows. That is past ice arrow territory.
Yeah, which I almost wonder if that's worth doing anyways from Death's position. Because in his mind, he knows he still needs Captain's Hat anyways.
Yes, and the Blue Warp song could be useful, but it would be illogical right now.
As long as he's keeping in mind that he can't find those ice arrows in whatever dungeon he accesses.
Yeah, he can't find the ice arrows. The only thing, correct, Keshi, the only thing that he can find is that Captain's Hat. And we have no indication of where it might be. To answer the question in chat,
yeah, okay,
go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, no, because there is one waterfall in Great Bay Temple you have to freeze. But otherwise, I think that might be the only thing ice arrows are completely required for.
And in fact, Dat is going ahead and going into ISTT, looking for that Captain's Hat. We'll see if he finds it.
Yeah. As long as he keeps in mind what he's looking for, this could be potentially advantageous, because getting Blue Warp here, because first of all, if Blue Warp leads to, well, it has to lead to a dungeon song, but whatever song it leads to, he knows he doesn't have to clear anything in there if he finds Captain's Hat in here. I think it's also reasonably likely that Stone Tower Temple will end up being the first logically clearable dungeon anyways.
That's a good point, because the ice arrows... At this point, the ice arrows are just lying around somewhere.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what Egos' song is, but...
Yeah, there's not really a... There's not really the scenario where it's not involves the Captain's Hat also being somewhere else where we can go to Graveyard and get the song there.
Right. Well, it's weird, right? Because I think at this stage, getting access to ice arrows also gives us access to Castle Song. So co-equally, you gain access to clearing Stone Tower and I don't know. It's a weird situation to be in.
It is a very weird situation to be in. And as we approach the 1 hour mark, or as we pass the 1 hour mark, we are going to take a second to thank all the wonderful people that made this restream possible. On screen, you can see our wonderful racers who volunteered to be on restream. Alf, Grotinder, Dat, and Spec. And they're doing an amazing job for us today. Also with us, we have our wonderful restreamer Shannon Bread, who, if I'm not mistaken, also rolled today's seed, so you can blame her if you liked it. If you didn't like it, blame Trez. We are being tracked also by Shannon Bread, as well as the wonderful Saberstorm. And my name is Neuronomicon, and with me in the booth is Nathan401.
Yeah. It's been a delightful 1 hour of race. It's funny to think, I don't know, I was just thinking about the pace here. We would not be anywhere near here without Goron Mask.
It's true, it's very true.
In terms of seed progression, if we did not start with that. Yeah, this has been a very interesting seed, despite making relatively quick progress in the seed. The runners have all been kind of gate kept from the dungeons by what songs they've been presented with.
That is true, Shannon. It is a little bit unfortunate that Spec, despite our faith in him, does not seem to have figured out that he has more checks in Goron Village to do.
Yeah.
Currently more focused on East Clock Town. We'll see what he decides to do. Meanwhile, the other two runners up top basically just need to decide to do Path to Snowhead.
Right, it's only... I think it's a matter of time until... And well, I guess even then, they still need to make the connection with those fire arrows.
Exactly. Spec is buying a powder keg, though, so this is a good indication that he is setting this up.
Yep. I think in his mind, what it was, I can get the keg from here anyways. East Clock Town is also Way of the Hero. Let's full clear this. Then we'll go and we'll check our Goron Village. Well, he's also buying a potion for... I don't think Spec has done Shiro yet, so...
Yeah. And just to double check, nobody saw any items in ISTT on that side? I didn't see any.
No, there's been nothing.
There he goes. Yep, he's definitely going towards the smithy. Never mind.
Okay.
Might as well set this up too, you never know.
Yeah. Because... So Dat is now completing his first dungeon illogically. This is not something that the game would expect you to do.
Yeah, and we'll see what song might push Dat even further out of logic into another dungeon.
Yeah.
Some beautiful FD execution here.
Extremely, yeah. If it's
it's much harder than it looks to get this Z-targeting done and to actually have the beams go where you want them to go.
Yeah. Gosh, if the song is the Bossa Nova, that would be...
That would really be something.
Yeah, because you couldn't even clear that dungeon.
Nope.
Yeah, so Spec will now put himself on the path to acquiring that Deku Mask and in the ensuing Ice Arrows Captain Casino. I actually, in a way, almost prefer Spec's spot to some of the others because he's already cleared so much of the other potential locations for those ice arrows.
He's just giving a huge sigh of like, oh, okay, fine, this seed is doing this to me.
Yeah, he's realized. Yeah, he's like, come on, man.
All right, so what does he do with this?
And that did pick up Bossa Nova from the
Indeed, the Bossa Nova. So between deciding to dip GVT out of logic or try to go somewhere else to find this captain's hat.
Yep, captain's hat and
new castle.
Yeah, captain's hat.
Oh, what was that? I blinked. What was that? It looked like a bomber's notebook.
Yeah, I don't think it was either of the two items we need.
Yeah.
Captain's locks ice. Is that true logically? I'm trying to think through this. I think it is.
I don't think
Although,
that.
no, I don't think it
Really
can.
true.
Yeah, I don't know that it can because you need ice arrows to get
No,
up here to begin with.
Captains could lock ice in Snowhead Temple, but that's that's only a possibility. It doesn't confirm. You could also lock him in Woodfall Temple.
Yeah.
Or on Kita.
Basically, we need to find either... Basically, we need to find one of the two song items.
Yeah. Dad's gonna find another out of logic song. So we're gonna basically find out through process of elimination what song is left, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's either Sonata or Lullaby. Beck is gonna do the pretty expected play of going here next, hoping that we have an easy song to work with, but gonna get the unfortunate news that it's just...
Yeah, he's not. He's going to be very unhappy about that, I imagine. Alf has also now picked up his fire arrows, which should hopefully set him on the path to acquiring Deku and starting to make a little bit more progress in the seed.
Yeah, it's gonna be Lullaby on Egos, which means that our Captain's Hat song is Sonata.
Yeah, keeping us out of and again, logically, that should not be able to go to
any
either
of the places
dungeon.
that he's been.
Yeah.
Or
Although
any
I
of the
think
places that he's looking at going.
from his perspective, though, I think this still makes sense to do, right? Because in his mind, even though I know I'm never going to find my ice arrows here, which I will need eventually, I'm still clearing dungeons, and Stone Tower and Snowhead Temple are both dungeons that take a decent amount of time to clear towards the path to go mode. So I think in his mind, he's at least I'm progressing the seed, even if I'm not acquiring my important items.
Yeah, because at least if you go to Snowhead, you can actually beat that dungeon, whereas the GBT push is a bit of a riskier play because you're going in there, you risk having to double dip because you don't actually have the ice arrows.
Exactly.
Nice.
So I think it makes sense. It's not going to... I think he knows it's not going to get him ice arrows, but it makes sense.
This is going to be a midnight meeting. That's just going to be for a sword, okay. Here goes Broat to Mountain Village. Let's see if he goes... Yes, okay. So now all of our racers are about to have fire arrows.
Yep. I think, yeah, I think Shrine is definitely the place I would be looking. Pamela, Darmani, Mikhail are also all worth considering, though. And, the other healing guy, whose name I cannot remember. The dancing one. Oh, Mikhail's dead, okay. Yep, and Dad is going to start doing these healing checks here, which is another play that makes a fair bit of sense. Oh, that's right, GBC is foolish, yes. It's been so long since that's been in play that we've
It's not an easy it's not an easy hint to think about. GBC is in your way of doing so many things physically, and so, you know, it's easy for your brain to like go, oh well, I should route in these GBC techs while I'm on my way to Cave or Forges or wherever.
Exactly. Yeah, so Dad looks like he's gonna check out Darmani now. And if it's not Darmani, then I guess it kind of has to be either, like, Captain's Hat has to be on Pamela, or
Yeah.
My internet has completely crashed for a second there.
Oh
Jeez.
yeah,
Okay.
no, I also had something interesting happen.
Oh, good. It wasn't just me.
No, I'm refreshing now.
Good, but yeah, I guess on the train of thought, Um,
I just
the
happened to tap away for a second right at that moment.
yeah, Captain's Hat. We're looking to be either on Pamela or in Shrine or in some dungeon somewhere.
All right, is stream okay? We can see again. We're fine over here in the booth. Is stream okay?
Yep. Hopefully the viewer experience goes on.
Dat making the choice to enter Snowhead.
Oh, stream is fine. It was just us. Okay.
Yeah. Bro, immediately using those fire arrows here in Twin Islands. Looks like he's going to overtake Alf by picking up Deku Mask.
Yep.
And also finding the Akana access, which Alf I don't think has found.
Not yet, but if I recall, as soon as Alf gets his Deku Mask, it's gonna push him there because Garo, I think, was in a pretty intuitive location.
No, Garo was in Woodfall, which is Deku locked.
Yeah, I was saying I think he'll find it as soon as he gets Deku Mask because that's probably.
No, that's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that he was going to be pushed there immediately.
Oh no, he's not. I don't think he has any reason to go there yet. Yeah, so I think at this point, Shrine is probably your best bet for those ices. There's that. Did we ever actually check Darmani?
We have not checked Armani yet. I haven't noticed anything in Snowhead thus far. Meanwhile, Broat not only going to do the slow version of Keg Trial, but he's going to buffer on top of that, so I can't see him.
Yeah.
Spec also going to find the Midnight Meeting Sword. Oh, a gold trim chest here.
Yeah. So I think my understanding of the logic here is that technically in one of these dungeons you can find either Captain's Hat or Ice Arrows, but not both.
Yeah, that's very true. Because as long as you're out of logic here, one of them has to lock the other.
Right. I like the Superstar Saga music. It's fun.
Kirby fan brings up a good point. Because Lullaby was on Eos, we're actually breaking Ice Arrow's logic to be here. So the only thing that can be in Snowhead is Captain's Hat.
Yes, this is true.
And if it is Captain's Hat, then Ice Arrows also can't be in Woodfall. They would have to be in the Overworld.
Right. Which I guess is nice from Dad's perspective, because then you just go mode Woodfall and... Yeah, Room Key is a possibility, and if it is Keaton, I don't even remember where the Keaton mask was. That was like some...
was on Stage Lights.
Stage Lights, right.
Was something that our other runners who got fire arrows did relatively quickly. On the right side, anyway. Dat has skipped it. He doesn't have that. And then I think Alf also did it looks like, but hasn't actually checked the Keaton quiz.
Yeah, I have to wonder if you don't find your Captain's Hat in here if you're Dab, where do you go after this? Like, what is there left for him to do?
Good question. Just keep scouring the overworld. It's
Yeah.
Shrine. It's Shrine.
I guess I feel like that has to be it. I mean, that's definitely your highest density remaining.
Very true.
Because the remaining checks that you can do are that Dad hasn't at this point are all they're all time consuming, they're all kind of out of the way. Some of them even require multiple steps to get there.
long last, Groat has the Deku Mask. Gonna immediately turn in the Foolish Swamp Deed. And pick up Frog Mask.
Let's go, the best mask in the game. Mostly because it reminds me of Hugo.
And it was a bow the whole time!
Okay.
Yeah, we were sitting there wondering what that item was, but it was Foolish the whole time, because the Swamp Deed was in your Great Bait.
That's right, yeah.
Which nobody, for the life of them, can remember as Foolish.
Yeah. Not even the runners could remember it, because they were doing all the checks. Oh boy.
Yeah, finally making it to Goat here. Meanwhile, Alf looks to be on the way also to Deku Mask, which is good for him.
Yeah. And again, I guess if you're dead, even if Goat, who is most likely not to have the one item you're looking for, you're still not totally unhappy with this, because you've now cleared 2 temples.
Yeah.
And are, even though you're going to have to spend more time doing these checks and stuff to try and casino the 1 or 2 items you need, it's still good progress that you don't have to do later.
Alf's gonna go ahead and soar for the keg instead of carrying one all the way over.
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily better or faster, but it's how I would do it.
Definitely the fastest way is to just already have the keg in hand, but
I mean, yeah.
I do think in a pinch that this is technically faster.
Yeah.
Because you can save a lot of time by rolling.
I always thought those little guys, and Goat just has a silver ruby, but I always thought those little guys that Spec just rolled past were like Gorons coming out of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing here?
They're supposed to be like unsettling, uncanny valley Gorons, much like the elegy statues.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still not done yet with the Snowhead push having a few springtime checks available.
Indeed. Spec not even bothering to pick up the bottle.
He doesn't respect the culture of bottle percent.
Doesn't respect the culture of bottle percent. Choosing to do the hookshot version of this. I don't know if he's already gotten Shrine Grotto, but definitely since that Zora swim strat was found, I've generally preferred that just because it includes, usually for me, a peak of Shrine Grotto.
Yeah, I think typically that's the preferred way to do it.
Dat finding Great Fairy Sword here. Opting not to do Darmani.
Spec is now also broken logic.
Yes. Not gonna go to Shrine, still looking for hints. Stone Tower.
Yeah, so I don't know, this is a...
He still hasn't marked a third Foolish. Is he about to mark? Oh, look at his face. He's having a think. Is he about to mark Stone Tower as his third?
Ooh.
Dat has completed his springtime push and is now in Coast.
Yeah, I think he's now returned to the casino.
I'm gonna go to Shrine!
Alright, here we go. This could show us one of the 2 items we need. I think this is definitely one of those seeds where it's a very good question of, is it best to stay virtuous, stay in logic, and just do what's available to you as the game expects it, or is it worthwhile to break sequence and go after some stuff you know won't complete you the run, but still make you a lot of potential progress towards the other item you need? Because either one could have rewards or could punish you.
Certainly depends on the situation, certainly depends on the runner, what they know that their strengths are in terms of saving time.
Exactly. And yeah, as it is true that both ice and captains could just be in here.
Broat having completed his Woodfall push. Let's see where he goes next. Nothing on Denolfos.
It's round 1. Still got more chests.
Epona coming out. Some interesting plays from Broat. I've definitely, you know, I would have definitely expected Broat to know the damage boost from the bubble.
Yeah, I would have thought that that's a
But I mean, it's a little bit unreliable, and riding Epona all the way there, decently fast.
Yeah, plus Epona is a friend. The bubble is not a friend.
The bubble is not a friend.
So Dad has now picked up his Keaton mask. Did anyone ever do Keaton quiz?
Yes, Keaton quiz was the room key.
Right. And
what I don't know is if we ever checked that.
Yeah, I don't know that we did. See, no one checked Armani as far as I know.
Yes, Dad had an opportunity and declined. No, that's not true. Dad doesn't have the lens.
That's right. Dad hasn't been to Pinnacle Rock. And then I suppose other than Darmani, you're looking at stuff like Tingle Pictobox turn-in.
Yeah, which you have to do an entire Letter Cafe to do.
Yep. Oh boy.
You have to go get Letter to Cafe from Beaver Ledge. Then you have to do Letter to Cafe. And the Pictobox itself is on check 2, so you have to get all the way to the Curiosity Shop item. Curiosity Man item 1. And then you have to actually go take the picture of Tingle.
So basically, we're hoping it's on Shrine. We're hoping it's on Shrine.
A lot of work for one check.
Yeah. You have to imagine they'll all try Shrine before that.
Come on, put your hitbox at me like a man. Seriously? Oh my god. The RNG there, wow. Dat finally gonna go to Fortress and probably Pinnacle Rock afterwards.
Yeah, Pinnacle Rock will give him lens, which might push him to try Darmani, maybe? I don't know. We have a gold chest here in Shrine, though. Let's see what we get.
Ooh. It's Moonseer!
Okay.
Small gold.
It's a possibility.
Broat's also going to go to Shrine. Interesting play at this stage of Broat's game.
Yeah, because it has... No, he has double defense, so he has been to Woodfall.
Yeah. Done all of the things that make logical sense, not choosing to break logic in the way that has. Shrine is a pretty... Shrine does make sense as a play, for sure.
Yeah, I can... This is definitely, I think, if one were to be exclusively staying in logic, this is...
And he even went the opposite direction through Shrine, so it'll be really funny if they both pick up their captain stat at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Oh!
Here we go.
The commentator's curse.
Let's see what we get.
It's just a sword.
Okay. Well, that's...
But Spec, having finished Shrine, is going to get the final check. Let's see what it is. Nope.
Oh, wow.
Not Shrine. It's not Shrine.
Okay. Yeah, there is still that moon tier left unverified.
Mm-hmm.
What's also true now that's occurring to me about oh, there it is. Alf just picked it up. Room key.
Room key?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's sitting right under our noses. Room key, Keaton quiz.
So with that in mind, I think the only item we're still missing to complete this seed are the ice arrows.
Yes, and at this point, with Keaton quiz being available through the Keaton mask from, oh gosh, I forgot. I even said it earlier, and I
know we it was oh, the stage lights.
Stage lights, right? Yes, that ice arrows can absolutely be behind that captain's hat. They can be on. They can be in Woodfall Temple. They can be on Kita. We do know that there's a gold chest on Kita.
And I do believe, if I'm reading this, no, I cannot. Okay, never mind.
But they can also be almost anywhere in the game besides Upper Ikana, right? They could even be.
Yeah.
No, they can't be vanilla in GBT, right?
I don't think so. No, because you need. Well, actually, no, they could if Captain's Hat leads to
Unfortunately,
Woodfall.
Painapple. Oh, if Captain's Hat leads to Woodfall,
which it does, and then you can. I think in Woodfall you could technically have them in Woodfall, right? Because
right, but you can. They could be in Woodfall. The Woodfall song that you get is New Wave.
So then
right?
they could also, yeah. So then they could also be in GB. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. They definitely cannot be in Snowhead Temple. We've already checked Snowhead Temple as well.
Yeah.
Where else could they not be? Before too many other people vote.
They can't be on Pamela, unfortunately. They not Darmani, says Kirby Fan 9000.
They can't be on Darmani because healing. Wait, healing's behind ice arrows, right?
Where do we get healing again? Healing was, I thought, the Deku Palace check.
Oh, so somebody just checked it. That's why they're saying that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Spec just checked it. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that would do it.
Okay.
So suddenly Alf, who is a little bit late to his Deku mask compared to everyone else, and spent a lot of time doing some checks that didn't really go anywhere, is now suddenly in a very prime position to make some good progress here.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be the first to Graveyard. He's not missing anything else, right? He just kind of slowly acquired all these items.
I think so, yeah. I think Alf was
just happened
did
to make
a lot
the
of
right choice at the right time to go investigate this room key, and now is suddenly in the lead, which is great.
Yeah, especially if those ice arrows end up being in Woodfall. That's going to be very good for Elf, because you have to imagine he's going to see Sonata from this graveyard check.
Yeah,
and then he's going to want to push
Kita.
that.
We're gonna see if they're on Kita. Spec hot on his heels though, finding that room key. GBT Ward is the vanilla location of ice arrows. Yes, chat. As expected, Dat making it to Pinnacle Rock, finding the lens.
This could potentially take him a little bit out of his way, because that might push him towards stuff like Shiro and Darmani.
Yep, that looks like a Darmani warp to me.
Yeah. But that does have the advantage of that he's already beaten both Snowhead and Stone Tower.
Yeah, it's true. So if he just checks that room key, he could zoom right back ahead.
Yeah. Granted, those two dungeons are likely to be go mode dungeons for the other runners, but
yes. Alf doing day 2 first, just to keep us in suspense.
So funny enough, as our collective runners have progressed the seed, Woodfall will be the last dungeon we've seen access to, and yet logically, I believe it's the first one that they can go to.
Yes, because yeah, we still don't have the ice arrows to get to Stone Tower technically. Dat, here's the Keaton quiz for Dat, so that's gonna lead him to captains.
Yep.
So we have a race, folks. This is very exciting.
Yeah. I still think, especially if Dat checks this room key right away, I'd say definitely he is favored in this position, but I would not discount Alph and Spec either.
For sure. Spec also going to do day 2 first, just to keep us in suspense.
Yeah.
It's because they're on night 2, so it.
Right.
It's faster to do. It's faster to go there, and then Death Warp if you can, but with double defense, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, almost it's not even worth it with double defense.
You can't just go around and roll back your way back, which I haven't actually done before, so I'm curious to see if there's an easy way to go around roll.
It's the baller move.
Okay, so lining up here. Shield turn.
Oh.
Is that pause buffer necessary? Seems like it. Pause buffer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
and then yeah, all right. Cool.
All right. Well, okay.
No luck there. Wait, did he already grab the song?
Yeah, he grabbed the song. He got the song.
Okay. I mean, we knew what it was.
Yeah. Alph can
It
now
would have
go
been
to...
hilarious if that was Ice Arrows, though. That
Yeah,
would
that
have
would
been
have.
fucking hilarious.
Looks like Dad's now going to acquire his captain's hat.
For sure. Makes sense. I think that is kind of out of checks other than Shrine. So...
Yeah, but he has no incentive to even do that now.
Exactly.
If the ice arrows are not in Woodfall Temple, though, that's going to put runners in a kind of precarious position, especially those that haven't done stuff like Shrine like that, because if you don't find it in Woodfall, you know it could be in first part of GBT somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the question then is, do you risk having to, like, because from Dad's perspective, he doesn't know that it's not in Shrine. Yeah. So that's the question of, do I try and clear Shrine first to ensure that I never do that, or do I risk the GBT and potentially having to double dip it?
Looks like Kita was just a couple's mask.
Yeah.
So the Woodfall believers are up next.
Yeah, couple's mask turn-in is... I don't think anyone bet that, but...
Alph has to get a owl, finally, though. So there'll be a little bit of wait for that. Spec will be able to catch up here by not having to do that.
Yep.
Broad getting the bad news that it's not Darmani.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. Spec may just go and push this before heading to Woodfall. Nope.
What is it going to take for Broat to check room key?
I don't know. I think Broat has the Keaton mask, right? No, he doesn't. No, so he'd have to just go and do...
Oh, I must have... Yeah, I must have been seeing things. No, he doesn't have it. He's got to go to stage lights. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah. But if /1 he does do that, he'll have a great deal of confidence on where ice arrows are, considering how much he's cleared.
Yeah. Although that being said, it looks like he hasn't done swamp archery yet, so
yeah,
that'll be a play here. Back doing right side first. Did I miss left side, or is he doing right side first?
I think he's doing right side first. All right.
It's just right here, chat.
Nope.
Yeah, you thought! You believed me! Yeah, meanwhile the left side from Al. Curious to see what Spec's route here is, if he does the right side first.
Not the turtle chest.
That making it to Sonata, gonna follow suit.
You can win in our hearts, Shen.
Gonna
know.
get rolled by Circus Leader's Mask here. Nobody else bet here? Wow. I should have bet here. I don't know. I didn't manage to get my bet in. I should have.
Yeah, I'm not a gambling man, so I try not to participate in the bets out of principle.
Is it really gambling? Is it if it's free? Is it really gambling if it's free?
Not really.
Alright, so we're almost out of luck here in Woodfall. We still have the Denalphos, the bow chest, and we also have Adalwa's heart container.
Yes.
I mean, it's certainly gambling if you're a runner.
Yeah. And Broat is now completing stage light, so this will give him Keaton Mask, which should hopefully put him on the path to...
Yeah, the path to the path to the path to the path.
Yeah, very convoluted web to... It's a long and winding road to the...
Yeah, to Sonata
to
here.
the end of the seed, but it's the way you gotta do it.
That's what Shan decided for us. Oh, big chest here. This is bow chest, right?
Yes.
And there's a bomb bag. That's what we needed, right? We needed another bomb bag?
I think so.
Alright, so we're in go mode.
Great, yeah, I'm sure you can... You can, like... There's, like, a secret tag where, like, if you go into the corner or something, you just have to go out of bounds or something, you can place a bomb at it.
It requires full... It requires the fully upgraded bomb bag, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what they used to do, like the bomb flipping.
Down here. How does he get back up?
Yeah, lots of bait today.
He just does... Okay, he just does the hook. The hook here. Whoa. which is a bit of an unreliable strat, in my opinion, as we can see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. He's found his footing again.
Yeah. Alf managing to take the lead off of that.
Yeah, this song, this has been quite the interesting seed. First, we were scouring the land for that Deku mask, only to find out it was really ice arrows we needed all along.
Yeah.
Or Captain's Hat, I guess.
Yeah, Captain's Hat. Yeah. Wait, was there a boss? Is there a boss?
Maybe at some point.
Oh, did he even see the heart container?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can see it in the cutscene. You can see that it's a pendant.
Oh, okay. But okay, so the person who said that the real friends were the ice arrows we found along the way, we didn't find the ice arrows along the way. Does that mean we don't have friends?
Yes, Shannon, that was pondant.
So it appears that the ice arrows were not actually in Woodfall Temple, which...
Nope. Or on Tito, so...
Yeah.
They weren't behind the Captain's Hat after all, at least as far as I can...
Well, they were if they are in Great Bay Temple.
Oh, that's true.
They could still... There's still a couple of places they could be in Great Bay Temple.
Anybody bet Wart? Somebody did. Pineapple bet Vanilla.
But I think if they are there, that's probably a location that the
only other place left, unless I'm not thinking of somewhere. This is foolish. Sound check is foolish. Yes, sound check is foolish. We know this. It's hinted.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe Alp didn't see the hint, or
maybe Alp didn't see
they don't have it written down
Beck
correctly.
Going to bet French vanilla, or possibly just vanilla. The only other place that it could be, unless I'm not thinking of anywhere, is Picture of Tingle.
Yeah, I think so, and that's. I think if you're in Spec's position and that's your analysis, I think you figure it's better to risk having to double dip this, and just because it's like the path to getting that tingle is so complicated for what they have.
Yeah. Is there anywhere else that ice arrows could be?
Nothing's coming to mind for me.
We've checked basically everywhere. Hey Spec, you don't have ice arrows.
Yeah, he's. I like the attempt though. He's like, maybe I can evaporate it or something.
The muscle memory. I would totally. I on another day I would have totally done the same thing. Just like, yeah, GPT, the temple that you have to practice and practice and practice until you can't get it wrong. Then suddenly you go in there without ice arrows. It's like, oh, I can't freeze this.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? We get him an interview. He's like, oh, I thought I had ice arrows the whole time. I didn't. This is the moment that I realized I didn't have them. All right, here is a check. There they are.
There they are. So that is
French
going to be
vanilla.
go mode for Spec.
Indeed.
And Spec taking a commanding lead, being the only person between him and Alf who are in position to correctly bet GBT.
Yeah. Yeah, it is possible that Lawsuit will simply go to Great Bay Temple after clearing this, although I have to believe that not finding ice arrows in Woodfall, he'll try to do Shrine first.
Yeah, it's definitely a real possibility.
Just because the risk of having to... I guess that requires me to know... I don't know what type of player Dad is. Maybe he says we'll just bet on it being in Great Bay, and if it's not, then that's just... I've accept that I've wasted all that time. But the bet that it's going to be in here is so much harder to make when you haven't done Shrine. And that's essentially the only difference between his position and the position that Spec and Alpha are in.
Alf going to try to find anything else to do besides GBT with no ice.
Yeah, because I think and from Al's perspective, I can see why it's a scary thing. Because you go in there and you don't find them there. That's a lot of time you've just wasted. But
yeah,
sometimes that's a bet that's worth making, as Spec has just demonstrated.
Meanwhile, did Broad go to Woodfall? Or is he doing something else? Broad's gonna do Out of Logic Captain's Hat. Sorry, Out of Logic Castle.
Interesting. Yeah, Broad has not been to Woodfall. He has all of the tools to get there, I believe.
Interesting.
But he hasn't checked out his graveyard yet.
No, he's got Sonata. He's been to Graveyard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess he kind of figures.
Saw him go there. Everybody's been to Graveyard at this point.
Okay, yeah. So I guess he just kind of figures that I'm in the area. I might as well get this other song.
I wouldn't call this the area though, because unless you had to go get the owl for the first time, which maybe he did. This is really not a nearby check. And so the reason that I was thinking was like maybe he really wants the song knowledge, but
yeah, maybe because this tells him that you can't find the ice arrows in Snowhead. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean this does tell him that. And because, yeah, he doesn't know what the Blue Warp song is. Now he knows that it's New Wave.
Yeah.
So yeah, he knows not to go to the Snowhead. That's good. He's going to go up the tower. Meanwhile, Dat choosing to do Swordsman's School of all things.
Yeah, that's not what I would have picked in my person if I were in his position. That's true, yeah. Swordsman School used to be kind of a real standard, everybody does it right away type check, but with the advent of the
Oh. Hello?
There we go. Hello.
Okay, that was you. I was like,
yeah.
Did I disconnect?
No, it's
Okay.
having a little internet
So, yeah, as you were saying, you know, as you were saying, the Swordsman School in the advent of what exactly?
with the addition of the starting with the transformation mech, there's just a lot more valuable things to do early on. That Swordsman is just one of those things that kind of gets passed up on. It takes a little bit of money to do it. It takes a little bit of time, and it's not especially on the way to anything else.
We're gonna see Deku Playground from Dat.
Yeah, that's really looking for every possible check. That's
I forgot about this check. Nobody's done this yet.
Yeah, he's risking everything. He really doesn't want to risk that Great Bay double dip. Alpha's meanwhile checking.
Also, Mayor is another check that I forgot about. This was a possibility. It's so much tougher when there's 4 racers and 4 it's possible that everyone's covered everything. It's like, what has actually nobody done?
Yeah, so Broad is now doing Stonehead. Hopefully he realizes that he can just go mode clear this and that he doesn't need to be looking for anything.
Yeah, I hope so too. It looks like he's going to do some left side long jump. So I think you're correct.
That's encouraging, yeah.
Interesting way of doing it. Yeah, I'm so scared of trying to use these target strats to do this, okay?
Yeah.
I hate that Death Armo so much.
He's the worst.
I have to do the version where you never Z-target him. Beck, having done all of his dungeons, I wonder what he said. I couldn't quite read his lips there, but... No, he hasn't done all of his dungeons, sorry. He's in go mode, but he still has 2 dungeons to do.
Yeah,
So
he seems...
yeah. Using Zora Cape to advance time, that's a smart strat, because there's no cutscene in here.
He seemed very frustrated that the Ice Arrows ended up being in Great Bay.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he's expecting somebody else to finish while he's doing these dungeons.
Yeah. Which I don't know, how many participants did we get in this qualifier?
I heard 31 at one point. I think.
Wow, 32 today.
32. Alf getting the unfortunate news about Darmani. He's dead!
Yeah. as are many characters in this game. Yeah, I guess theoretically the seed is not too terrible as long as you find the fire arrows pretty early, and then also I guess think to check the Keaton thing, but that's...
Oh, the other thing that Spec might be disappointed about, I wonder if he was hoping for a sub-2 finish. Now this looks like it's just barely off the table.
Yeah, because he does still have 2 temples left to clear, and they are 2 of the longer ones.
Yeah. Alf is doing Hugo?
Okay.
Why?
Maybe he's...
What is on Hugo? What is on Hugo? I never actually saw what it is.
I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it could be that would lead to anything. Maybe he didn't know either and he's just hoping.
We already have a Fierce Deity mask. Do we have Kamaro's mask?
No, I don't think we do.
Do we have Mountain Deed? Brode's already marked Twin Mold as dead on his tracker.
Yeah, because he knows that this is... Yeah, he knows that his the ice arrows are the only thing he needs, and he knows he's not going to find
No,
them.
what I mean is that he marked that he already has the remain.
I see.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, he's...
That was so fast, though! Oh, Spec, no, don't... No, that was so fast! Okay, I was right, yeah, it's Kamaro's mask that we still don't have.
Okay.
It looks so funny on his head.
Yeah, Hugo is my beloved, so I'm glad he gets a little attention, even though he didn't.
It's happening because Alf does not know where ice arrows are, and he's trying to do everything under the sun except dip GBT.
Right, because all of the runners who have cleared Woodfall are in the position, or at the very least have the captain's hat, are in a position that they know the ice arrows are either in GBT or in the overworld somewhere. And a lot of the conventional wisdom is double dipping temples is bad, and therefore risking doing that is bad. But in this particular case, is where they are, so they'd be rewarded for it. They just unfortunately have no way of knowing that.
Groat is out of magic, having to use just normal arrows on Twin Bolt. It still has 31, so plenty of ammo, but don't miss.
Yeah, that supreme confidence of marking it as dead, maybe coming back to bite him now.
Alright, now I wonder what Alpha's gonna find here. What could he find? Do we have Postman's Hat? We don't. Just be one final, like, foolish chain.
Yeah.
Nope. So yeah, Broat's got all the songs. What's he gonna do with them? Snowhead, Bro, oh no. Bro, we just figured out. He better be about to go mode this. We just figured out that it can't be in Snowhead, it can't be in springtime.
I think he understands he can go mode this, but... And Dad is now...
Why is he doing it now?
I'm not sure.
Instead of looking. Here goes Dat. That's gonna go find those ice arrows. Great job.
Yeah, and this puts him in an interesting chase.
What's that? Oh, we might have lost Nathan again.
Sorry, I just had to take a quick little phone call. Very bored, but no, but yeah, this is very interesting for Dad because this is his last dungeon, and even though he's not going to be able to go mode the first half of it, Spec still has one more.
Yeah.
So this is a proper race.
It is. We'll see how it plays out in terms of the execution. The one dungeon that Spec still has to do is Snowhead, so we'll see. I think that it all comes down to this twin mold fight, which is that the second twin mold there?
I think so, yes.
I believe it is. So yeah, it's gonna come down to execution. Dat has a little bit of a head start in this GBT, very slow tempo. But there's still plenty of mistakes that you can make in Snowhead.
Absolutely. It's not...
They could lose you a lot of time if you're not careful.
Yeah, it is not over by any stretch. Dat and Spec, I think, are definitely in the lead here, especially Dad's now going to enter Go mode himself, picking up his ice arrows here.
Indeed.
Setting up his final cycle.
Well, as we pass the 2-hour mark, Nathan, who do we have to thank for this wonderful restream today?
I'm glad you asked. First of all, we have to thank our 4 runners who have volunteered for this to be on the restream, being Alf, Brotinderdos, Dat Losset, and Spec. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without the restreamer, the wonderful Shannon Bread. And we also have to thank our trackers, of whom Shannon Bread is also one. And we also have Saberstorm, who's fantastic. And of course, we've been your commentators. I'm Nathan401, and this is Nero.
Hi, I'm Nero.
Yeah. For some reason, I blanked on the second part of your username. I knew it was Nero, but I'm like, what's the second part?
Hi, Shannon Bread.
So yes, big thank you to everyone involved in this.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Yeah. Alright, Spec is now entering his final dungeon.
We say.
Yeah.
Having a little bit of trouble there. It's the nerves. It's Qual 1.
I know, yeah. Gotta start the season off strong.
You gotta start the season off strong. You gotta put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. No, this is a great, I don't know, I thought this was a great season to start off our season.
Definitely. Dad gonna use ice arrow strats in this room, which is...
Yeah. Oh.
That's a bad fall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just Void Out is correct.
Yeah. I wonder if we're looking at our first and second place finishers, though.
It's very possible.
Yeah, we're still, the seed is still young. These are gonna be definitely good finish times for sure.
Yeah.
But is anybody gonna get sniped, especially with these execution gaps?
Yeah, there's definitely some.
Both sides. The bomb strat here. Oh, yep, that was way too far to the right. I knew it.
Yeah.
That might be better. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's true that MMR, it's true that MMR does get way less love than OTR, but we definitely have our cult followings, and, Spec, unless I'm mistaken, Spec and Dat, definitely have a lot of healthy love for MMR. Dat, it is true that Dat, like we've been saying, have been self-describing as a bit busy, not really having the time to actually run the tournament seriously. Just here for fun, just here to give a good showing while he can.
Yeah,
Spec,
you certainly put on a show today.
Spec definitely a top runner. I would definitely call Spec a top runner. Spec was our season 4 winner. That's very true.
He's no spring chicken, that's for sure.
And neither is Dat, to be clear.
Yeah, that's true. They both been
that
around
was also
for
a top contender in season 4. All 4 of these guys were top contenders in season 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You're having empathetic hand sweat. My hands would be sweating too. Like I have gloves specifically for speedrunning just because I get so nervous in races.
Yeah.
Knees weak, arms spaghetti.
Spec has just barely beat Dat to the boss fight.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And Elf has now also entered Great Bay.
Yep, so gonna find those ice arrows. It looks like Broat knowing what's good for him is go moding basically everywhere. Although, actually, I haven't been watching Pro. Has he been looking around?
Yeah,
here
he's
for
been.
side rounds? Yeah.
He's just been go moding the temples. Except for Woodfall, because I think he knows this one he can technically find stuff in.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is if he's
I see.
plundering
Yeah, he's
this,
clearing
or
here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Alf. Get your pog face ready. The
There it is.
simultaneous boss clear.
I
Near
know it's gonna.
simultaneous. Spec going to be the first one into that blue warp.
Spec mere seconds ahead.
I can only assume that both of these have optimized in-game time so that they'll be able to just go straight to. Yep. Spec 3 a.m. That. Ooh, 11.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Gonna have to sit there and wait for a couple seconds.
That may just be the time. Those seconds may just be what Spec needs to run away with this.
Real.
Oh, there it is. No waiting required.
Yes.
Oh, yep, never mind.
Yes, the stairs.
Yep, there is waiting required. Yes, that's a good point. Being in first place doesn't matter quite so much when you're just looking up to put a good time, some good points for your score.
Yeah. But when we have the luxury on Restream to be looking at two very fast runners neck and neck, possibly with no contest elsewhere in the race room, it's very interesting to watch.
Extremely, yeah.
And it's still a great feeling, like Shernan says. We'll see if anybody gets sniped here during the Majora fight, though. Taking a quick glance at the race room. We have had a couple of forfeits, unfortunately.
Oh.
But there's plenty of other... There's plenty of other people in here that our top runners could be coming in strong, coming in hot here.
Spec finishing up Incarnation right as Dad is about to begin it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with FD in tow, it's very hard to expect any sort of unfavorable RNG on either of these runners. Except for maybe on phase 3.
Yeah.
But with perfect
that'll do it.
jump/spam, Spec is our first place finisher on Restream and also in the race overall with a time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 32 seconds. And he's just now put that together. He looked at the race time room. Look at his face. He's like,
so
oh
confused.
my god, I won.
Yeah,
oh
he's like, what?
Did I really win? Nobody else is here.
A mere seconds behind him, that boss is
yes.
GG's to both.
We'll see if they are wanting to come in for interviews. I hope that they are.
Yeah.
I hope that they are. Bro Tinder completing Woodfall Temple. Still no idea where ice arrows are. Meanwhile, Alf, having picked them up, knows that he's in go mode, but still has 2.5 dungeons left to go.
Yep.
So Broat, you could argue that Broat is in the lead just because all he has to do is find those ice arrows and he can just go right ahead.
Exactly, yeah. It all depends on what he decides to do.
It looks like Dat is coming in for an interview.
Okay.
Beck didn't even know he was on Restream!
Okay, that's classic.
Yes, he will come in. Both of these guys will be in here momentarily for interviews. So look forward to that.
Yep, and Broat does seem to not be pushing the
No, doesn't look like it. So it is Alf's race to lose here, just by virtue of already being in go mode, having good execution in dungeons,
and really having cleared Great Bay is a pretty big one.
I spoke too soon. Here comes Broat.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Suddenly the race is in Broat's favor again. Yes, it might be a good idea to switch the audio to another racer at this point.
Yes.
We've enjoyed Dat's music, but it's been...
Yeah, either way, this...
Am I able to drag people in?
I don't know.
Or does it have to be Restreamer?
I think it has to be Restreamer.
Okay, well... And we are joined in the booth by Spec, our champion of Qual number 1. GG's to you.
Welcome to Season 5, everyone. I'm your host, Spec. Do you all have what it takes?
This guy.
Thanks for the GG's. Thank you.
GG's.
Yes, no, this was a great first seed to start off of, really showing what Season 5 has in store for us.
I gotta be really honest. I was not confident at all. I was not expecting to take the win. Because, like, I mean, what was the final garbage? It was like Fire Arrow and Path to Snow for Stage Light's Mask to Room Key to Captains. I think that was it, right?
Yep.
Correct, yes.
So, okay, first of all, at the first 45 minutes...
Garbage. That wasn't the final garbage, but it might have been your final garbage.
I tried to high roll the seed so hard. I was steaming. I was a maglev train. I don't know. But then as soon as like I had to go to PF, I had to go, quote unquote, because at the end of the cycle I would really like a deco mask, but the game didn't give me a deco mask, so I had to do just density garbage off progression, you know. So I didn't like that I had to go to PF at all. And when it all came up short, I was like, "This is it. It's over. I'm full clearing from here." Which
you looked very frustrated, yeah.
Yeah, because the mini games didn't have anything. The only one I didn't do was Playground, but the other ones didn't have anything. But I was like, I'm not gonna fool anyone. I'm gonna go full clear mode. It's over. If anyone high rolls the seed, I'm fine with. And I don't know, I did so many extra locations. The only stuff I had left were, you know, single check stuff, like the cafe quest that I don't remember where the ladder was even. And, you know, Playground, another thing I forgot what it is. And yeah, the rest I just cleared everything.
Yeah,
there weren't a lot of checks left from our perspective either, and yeah.
The Great Bay check really paid out, going to Great Bay immediately after completing Woodfall.
Yeah, I thought it would be a better Great Bay Temple. I did Ice Arrow without Ice Arrow, but it doesn't matter because I found 2 seconds later. It's fine.
Understandable bit of muscle memory. I was saying that, like, yeah, I would have done that too.
Yeah, there was no other place to go anyway, so it's not like it matters. But yeah, funny.
Yeah. At this point, we're going to also welcome into the booth Dat Lawson. GG's to you.
GG's.
GG.
Wow. I was not expecting to do that well.
Yeah, well, just to put things in perspective here, this was a very riveting race towards the end here, the final stretch. Dat, your decision to break logic and do all 3 of those dungeons, before you found captains, before you found ice arrows, raised some eyebrows, but it ultimately made sense. You got a lot of progression out of the way, and you were in a really good position, especially when you were the first one by a mile to find that Deku mask on Kick Trial. That put you in a really
I had a feeling I was heavily in the lead because of that Deku. I could just very likely knew, because if you don't go to Path of Snowhead first, get those Spyros, you are very likely going to miss that Deku on the first pass.
Very
exactly.
True. Spec, what led to you figuring out where that Deku mask was?
Well, just to wear the hero, really, because that was a really funny wear the hero, by the way. Thanks for rolling the seed, because you got the wallet. I got the wallet, and I was like, I went to PF. I'm like the only person in the world who's gonna be dumb enough to go to PF in Cycle 1. I'm sorry, and I got the second wallet. I'm like, this could be it. I mean, it's probably not, but this is it. I buy the item. I just win everything because I'm high rolling up until this point. It wasn't. So my magic was the out of logic one, surprisingly, from Zorahol, because I hadn't done Guru up until that point.
Oh, that was my second one. I don't remember where the first one was I got. What was the first one I got? I don't remember.
The logical was on Guru. I was delaying it because yeah. I did some East Clock Town Night 1 stuff, and it's not like I was isolating on purpose. It's just that it's awkward to reroute it in, especially since you needed daytime on the second cycle to do the kegs, to the wrench stuff. But anyway, as soon as I found a fire arrow, I was like, I think I did some garbage first because I wanted to stay in logic, because your bottleneck could be something else for magic, etc. Blah blah blah. But I just knew it's just Keg Trial. It was very obvious. There was no way around. I pre-bought the keg, which I usually don't, and the potion. But yeah, it was. You found a fire arrow. You just knew. That's just that's simple. It's that simple.
Yeah. So the reason why I did literally 2 of my dungeons out of logic, I just thought it's progression. Get out of the way. I know Itars can't be behind these, but Captain's Hat could be. So I was kind of mini gambling Captain's was behind Ice Arrows, and that's why I just did Stone Tower Temple and Snowhead severely out of logic. Just to hope I can maybe find on the way. It was not the case. But it kind of led me to Captain's Hat technically, because I eventually got a bunch of stuff to push me back to East Clock Town, and that's when I found it. I don't remember where I got Key Mask. I just knew it was not Ice Arrow lot. That was my cue to go back to East Clock Town as soon as I got that Rune Key. I want to do Rune Key, do minigames, rat all this in, and then I Captains, and then I went back to East Clock Town anyways, because I really did not do the minigames until 9 almost 2 hours in. Just to make sure in case maybe Ice Arrows were early. As soon as I didn't find Ice Arrows there, I just basically concluded these Ice Arrows are in a garbage location, no one's gonna finish anytime soon. And to know I don't have RaceCon GG channel open the entire time, I just assume no one's finishing early. These Ice Arrows are somewhere stupid.
They're somewhere stupid, yes. The Keaton mask was on stage lights, which seemed to us at the time like just a distraction from Keg Trial, but it turned out to be the chain that you needed.
A lot of mileage out of fighting spires.
Yeah, my only pushback to Sora Hall was as soon as I got that Melanie, because I was rounding Clocktown, cleaning up and everything. That was the only reason I went back to Sora Hall as soon as I got that.
Yeah, this is because you didn't have the Goron Lullaby or any good song for that matter. It's a classic case where you find a fire, you're like, okay, it's progression, but it doesn't unlock anything. But in this case, it actually did. So, and that at that point, when you're running out of checks, yeah, that was a for most people, it was probably one star for a single quick check. I had a back half a cape because of early, in-game time stuff early on. But yeah, it was a fire bottleneck, sort of.
Yeah, for me, it was basically Ice Arrow Casino and Semi Captains until I ran into that. Like, Ice Arrows could have been so many dumb spots. I didn't do Shrine because I went straight to Stone Tower Temple Outlogging instead. On top of PF was nothing, so that was a big waste of time. That didn't help. Oh, and shouts to me, our muscle memory. I cleared this on a Great Bay Coast, even if it was foolish, just out of sheer habit.
Speaking of Great Bay Coast Foolish, yeah, all of our runners on Restream did Foolish Labfish.
Wow.
Yeah, no one was a given. At least they didn't heal Mikau, which was fine. And I picked the item to see if it was a cool Foolish item. It was okay.
That was definitely an interesting seed. And I'm proud of a seed bot for at least giving you guys a bit of a challenge, you know?
Yeah, because, like, this seed for the most part wasn't that bad until you had to get that key in mask. Because, yeah, this seed had one or two cases that you could have easily missed something on the first pass, and both of them were behind fire errors. I didn't push the sword hole immediately as I could because I was low on time. As soon as I got done with the light, I had to go back to do bomb lead and just skip the rest of the cave for like an hour because I had no sense to go back because I just kept being pushed to do other stuff. Oh yeah, shoutouts to being stuck on Baby Sword for a long time as well. I had to fight a Khan King on Baby Sword. That was fun.
Yeah.
My mind bugs for a second. I got the bean and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna buy the bean. But wait, I just got the bean. The bean was actually the bean the whole time. You know?
We had quite a few vanilla things today.
That was funny.
Yeah.
For me, the fire location kind of broke me. I'm not gonna lie. Just because I was high rolling the seat so much up until that point. I mean, a little bit before that. And when it comes to, I think after PF or whatever, there were like 3 tiny locations. One of them for me because it was Zora Cape. It was Zora Cape, 3 checks, Path to Snow, 2 checks, and Pinnacle Rock, 2 checks. So it's like you kind of had to roll the dice between those. Eventually I did Pinnacle Rock anyway, which wasn't nice. But yeah, and the Path to Snow had its technically progression, but it always sucks to go there without Lullaby. It was fine in the end. Also, I don't recall when I did Keaton Quiz exactly. I think it was before I entered Ikana, right? Imagine if I just did Room Key right there, I believe.
Yeah, I did Room Key after I did some more North stuff, because after I did, like, I can't remember, I did, yeah, after I got Key Mask, and then Gold Dust right before that, because that was in Hate, that pushed me to go back up north, go check out Smithy and stuff, because I did Keaton up in springtime instead.
Oh yeah, out of yeah. That's interesting.
I have to say that you got so lucky the way that you routed Goron Village. Like, you going to Path to Snowhead first was huge, because it just lined you up perfectly for so long.
The reason I did Path to Snowhead first was, like, sure, no lullaby, but it's 2 checks, and there might be a slim chance there could be something that helps you with the rest of North anyways, and lo and behold, it was Fire Road. It really does no harm to get those 2 checks out of the way, especially if you have a bomb bag already, which was pretty obvious. The bomb bags was French Banana bomb bag. One was on Soundcheck, I can remember right. Last match was on like Lemons. I don't remember.
No, Lemons I think had a hundo, and my first bomb bag was on the 90 rupee. You save old lady 90 rupee.
Yeah, it was French Banana. That was my first one too.
Yeah. I was ready to use my keg everywhere, because I often push the 90 rupee check only for night 3, 10 p.m. But I wasn't clocked down before that for, I don't know, whatever reason. I don't even remember anymore. I think I had to check the East TF Pillar Scrubber or something. But yeah, then I bought that. It was no fun.
Yeah, you took a while to check that pillar and get those light arrows, so that's probably it.
I was so happy because I was still in, bank 3 money farming mode. I'm gonna win the seed because wallet weight the hero.
Oh, yeah, Bank Freak was in the back of my mind, because I know that, especially because Bro Tinnitus was on stream, he loves the Rush Bang. I know he's a Bang lover as far as I know, so I feel like if it's on Bank Freak, he could win this.
And speaking of Bro, GG's to him. He just finished in 11th place
GG's.
with 227 even.
Yeah. GG's.
All right, I think I'm gonna head out. If you have any more questions.
I can't think of anything.
It's always a pleasure to watch you. It's always a pleasure to see your faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one for sure. I definitely did some reactions, and yeah, I thought my execution was mostly well. I only did mistakes on the funny ones, which I didn't like, but yeah, overall I think that was solid, especially since I overcleared a lot of the seed.
Yeah, it's
I
nice
think-
to be back. Even though I have no plans to join brackets, even if I qualify, it was still fun to play this. I just want to play some MMR. I thought, like, you know what? This is a race again, not try to treat it seriously, and it kind of just worked out too well.
Yeah, welcome back. Second on the first qualifier.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing. Thank you for a great show. Thank you guys both.
You're welcome. That's all I wanted out of this, was just a good showcase.
I
See
think
you
I have
guys
to
later.
say,
Thanks for the stream. Oh,
Spec, my favorite facial reaction of yours was when you got the light arrows so late.
Yeah.
you see,
Yeah.
Okay, in this game, you have to value the right things. A lot of times, it's not a progression item that makes you happy. Sometimes it's like you're opening brown chests and you get 100 rupees. Or sometimes it's like that. You get the light arrow, you are happy because you are able to route a perfect bank on a cycle 1, Those are the small things, And it's like, go mode item, don't care, whatever. But, light arrow for bank, oh, that's worthy of a reaction. But yeah, thanks everyone for the reason. I'm gonna head out now. See you later.
I'm gonna head out too. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat stuff. I'll watch the rest of the restream maybe. Otherwise, GG's to everyone finishing up.
It's definitely worth the watch. I'd highly suggest you both
Yeah,
watch
I
it
will
back.
be watching this tag. I can't wait.
Ethan, thank you so much, Dad.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Take care. Have a good one.
So we're currently waiting on Alf to finish. He's just about to go fight Majora. We'll see if he wants to come in for an interview.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it to you guys up until then. So,
Alright.
woohoo!
Yeah. Yeah. And also, we haven't had a chance to comment on it, but Alf's Go mode screen is adorable.
It really is. I love the Kirby.
Yeah.
So in terms of Alf's run, remind me, what was Alf looking for towards the end there? Was it?
So Alf was in an interesting spot because he found the captain's hat before anyone else, actually.
That's true.
But
yeah.
what he did not have was he did not have any good knowledge of where ice arrows were. So I think he spent a lot of time trying to avoid doing the Woodfall Temple and doing overworld checks instead.
Yeah.
While we're waiting, I'm going to do some shout-outs. So, thank you to everybody who came in today to watch. It's been a phenomenal first qualifier and very intense for first and second place, so I'm proud of those two runners. But before I get to them, obviously I'm going to thank the volunteering team, because without you guys, this restream wouldn't have been here today. So, I'm Shananbred, I was the restreamer for today and one of your trackers. And in the commentary box, we had Neuronomicon and Nathan401. And of course, our other tracker, who we can't forget, is Saberstorm, of course. So thank you guys. It's been a race. Your Saber just waving from his cage.
Yes, and it has been a pleasure to be here on comms for this wonderful race.
Agreed.
What
It is always an honor.
It was a beautiful race to start off the season with. incredible first qualifier.
Absolutely. Yeah, Saber puts himself in the cage, it's fine. I feed him cookies.
And if I'm not mistaken, we actually do have other MMR qualifiers later this weekend.
Yes, we do.
We do indeed.
Just tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern North American time is qualifier number 2.
Yep.
Qualifier number 3 will be the day after that. For some people, it will be the day after that. For others, it will be 2 days after that.
For me, it's at 2 a.m. So.
Yes, yeah, that's gonna be at. Oh, I forgot.
It's like 10 Eastern PM.
9 or 10.
It's either 9 or 10 Eastern.
I will have a look afterwards.
I better look it up again because I am going to be running that one. That's going to be my first qualifier. So
Right.
I better know when it is.
I'll have a look once Alpha's done. If he comes in for an interview, we can interview him, and then I'll go through all the qualifiers for the next couple days.
These are going to be our first 3 off the bat, and then the next one isn't until
next
Friday, right?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. So we shall see.
Regardless, there's lots more exciting races in Majora's Mask Randomizer.
Absolutely. We've got quite a few races on ZeldaSpeedRuns today.
Yeah.
It's a very busy day. And there we go, Alf finishing in 14th place with a time of 2 hours and 33. And
Being sniped
8
by
seconds.
Name Faker, unfortunately.
Yeah, by 8 seconds.
Damn.
Pretty good though, that's still top half of the lobby.
Indeed. Yes, we've got 32 total entrants, 5 of which were forfeits, unfortunately. Various reasons.
There we go, so Alf will not be joining us for an interview, so we can discuss the next couple of races. So, let's have a look. So, the next one, which is July 28th, which is tomorrow, is 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. UTC, which is 11 a.m. BST, for anyone who's confused and lives in Britain like me. And then 7 p.m. Japanese time. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And then on Monday, we have one at 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC, 2 a.m. British time, and 10 a.m. Japanese time. And then we've got quite a few coming up next weekend, but I'll most likely go through those tomorrow, and our restreamer for Monday/Tuesdays will have, which I think is baseball, go through that as well. So, super exciting. I am your restreamer for tomorrow as well, so we're going to get another lovely seat. And Euro, you're commentating tomorrow as well.
I am commenting tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Very exciting indeed. And we have Pilby in the box as well.
That'll be fun.
A suitable time for Pilby, which will be nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for restreaming with us and for rolling the seat.
You're very
Yes,
welcome.
thank you.
And thank you to chat for being here. Thanks for watching.
Saber, you sleep, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like your bedtime, isn't it? Well, yep, the VODs will always be available, and I highly suggest anyone to rewatch the restreams. It's definitely really nice to watch them back when you're not involved in it heavily. But yes, thank you to all of our runners today. We had Alf, Brotindodozi, Datlosset, and Spec. Spec and Datlosset being seconds apart today for first place. So it was a very exciting final for the restream, and my hands have stopped sweating now, so it's fine. But yes, that is it from us on Zelda Speedruns. We're going to raid over to ZSR 3, where they are doing something of the sorts. They're playing a game. It is the Twilight Princess Any Percent Tournament 2024 doubleheader. So it'll be Jacquade versus the Ethernet Boys, and Link1183 versus Little Tuffy, so it's going to be quite a race. But yeah, thank you guys for everything today. We will see you tomorrow at 11 AM British time, because it's easiest enough for me to say. And yeah, that's it from us. Any last words?
Yeah. Cheers. Great seasonal start.
Yep, absolutely. Now I'm gonna go unlock Saber from the cage. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.